Good afternoon and welcome to Titan Talk. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. Today you have myself, Captain Coop. Still getting used to that. We have Major McFarland.
Hello.
I almost said something else.
Major pain in the ass.
And then we have a special guest with us, returning for the 100 billionth time.
Got a sticky note on the wall.
Lieutenant Shaughnessy. So today we're going to be doing a couple of things. I wanted to do an announcement of all of the some recent movement that we had promotion wise, us included in that. But I wanted to give some shout outs to some of the other supervisors that got promoted as well that deserve it as much as we do for all the effort and work that they put in, and it's just all around good things are coming down the line. And then we're going to do a video breakdown similar to some of the ones we've done in the past, where we watch a video and then we'll talk about where the officer did some good things that we really want to make a point of and bring that to light. So we appreciate everybody joining us today. Beatty, thank you so much. Glad to see you here.
Wait a minute, I could hear that comment. It was like a little water drop. I've never heard that before. Has that always been happening? Oh boy.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
Did I just not?
I think you're just losing it.
Hey, would you
I
guys
saw that out of the corner.
trust me to take care of your children?
Yeah.
This is answering the comment.
They're dogs. So.
No.
Oh.
Beatty asked me if I'd watch his kids. I said, don't trust me with that responsibility.
So, funny story about that. I'm no longer allowed to.
Where was that
babysit.
water drop sound coming from?
I don't know. I
Dude,
think
what
you're hearing
water
stuff.
drop are you talking
like-
about?
But yeah, I don't know.
And then
what
I
you're
saw
talking
that
about.
pop up at the same time.
So my niece and nephew, I got to watch them a long time ago,
Yeah.
and I sent them home cracked out on candy. That's like,
That's what you're supposed to do.
And they got home, they wouldn't go to bed for like 6 hours.
Jesus.
And so I got the phone call the next day, and they're like, "Look, we love you and your family. You are never babysitting again." And I was like, "But that's not fair." And they're like, "No, it's fair to us."
Yeah,
like,
I
okay,
responded to
that's valid.
Beatty and I was like, depends on if you're okay with the phone call of, hey, I lost your child. I don't know what to do.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the hangover. He's like, we effed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey man,
We don't know
effed
where-
up.
what's his name?
We
At
don't know
least,
where
at
everybody
least
is.
you're honest about it, you know? But
So,
anyway.
Yeah, Suzanne George brought her son in one time, and I was just like, "You want to suck her?" She's like, I was like, "Haha, George, this is for all the headaches you caused me. This kid's gonna be."
You gave
the
the
car
car
ride
a
home's
headache
gonna
from a
be
sugar
fun.
high, and you gave George a headache from dealing
He's in the
with
back
the
seat,
kid.
just like, "Ah."
Nice.
So some things I want to announcements that I want to go over are the promotions. Obviously, besides my 10-year anniversary, which is still crazy to think that I've been here actually a full decade now.
The human cockroach.
Dude, can't go down.
Never
Won't
goes
go
away.
down. Besides that, I was, like I said, I was promoted to captain. We have McFarland, who was promoted to major. So he's gone from captain being pain in our ass to major pain in our ass.
That's right.
We have Lieutenant Rosas and Lieutenant Ortiz, who were also promoted to major. So we have Major Rosas and Major Ortiz. Lieutenant Voss and Sergeant,
Kavis.
I hope you're watching this, Sergeant Sunshine, who were also promoted. So we have Captain Voss and we have Captain Cuddles. So I really hope you're watching.
he's
He
throwing
loves
a fit
warm
right
hugs.
now.
He loves warm hugs.
So those promotions were there as well, and everyone who got promoted, not counting myself.
You missed
but not,
one.
Who did I miss?
Corporal Whitelock.
I did. I totally did.
Exactly.
And Lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
I apologize, Lieutenant Whitelock. That was also a promotion. I forgot. I forgot. So,
God.
you should see hold on.
I
The look of disappointment on his
I was
face.
like, yo, you missed one.
Brand, I am so sorry. So those promotions were well deserved. Those are all everybody who's been stepping up and has been helping out, and it's been in waiting for a little bit now. And congratulations to everybody on the promotions. Continue to do the good job that we all know that you guys can do. Without that core team, we wouldn't be anywhere. That's the core team that keeps this place going, sets us up, and makes sure that we're all running 100% correctly, and deals and helps you guys out in the field and everything. So
I got to throw one in too. Sorry to interrupt. He reminds me of this.
like
every
always,
week. Officer Neiman got promoted to Sergeant Neiman.
we don't talk about him.
2 or 3 months ago, and he's been doing a really good job. So keep up the good work.
He's banned
He
from
used to
talking
be.
on.
He's like, I can't. He's like, I can't comment. And I was like, there's probably a reason you got to muzzle.
He's been banned from talking.
I would get it. He'll just let
He
me
actually
know.
hasn't. I have no idea why it does that to him.
Oh, that's weird. But no, he does a great job. He went from Corporal One Leg from the previous employment.
Jeez, I forgot about that.
Corporal One
I had to
Leg.
change his name in our
from-
Discord. I set up his site's Discord server, and he put it as that. And I was like, I'm changing that. We got a client in here.
He previously worked for us as Corporal One Leg, and then went and did some other stuff. Came back, and now he's Sergeant Neiman.
Yeah, Sergeant Neiman used to do. He was a field corporal for us, and he would basically do everything that we needed. Like anything we asked, he would do.
Yeah, he'd fill in as a lieutenant when we needed it. So he might be going down, folks. The cockroach is
that lucky.
going down.
But I think it's important to mention that we all started somewhere. You know,
Yeah,
as I'm getting out into the field more, I'm finding more and more
I
solid
was
officers.
staying at a grocery store.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So,
Same.
I mean, supervisor positions open up all the time and people move all the time. But, I mean, that's something that you got to always be working towards. You know, it can't be just when we're on site that you're looking squared away and solid. It's got to be all the time. We got to get good reviews and all that
Absolutely.
stuff from you. So,
Absolutely. The movement, these movements here only mean that those positions are going to open up in due time, and we're going to need good, outstanding officers, great, outstanding officers to fill in those gaps and fill in that places. So, guys, step up. This is where we pull from you guys. You know, we don't hire outside for supervisors. We just don't. We know that our bread and butter, what we do best, is from within. So, the better you do out in the field and the more that we get compliments from you and the more hard work you put into it, that's what we pay attention to. That's the key number one thing. I can teach you, and I can teach you. I've got 2 examples here of how to schedule. You know, I need you to be.
Nope.
They can do it.
we're both
They
shaking our head no.
refuse to. They refuse to, but they can do it. You know, we can teach you the other things we need, but that good character, that hard work ethic, and that motor, that's something you have. And so as long as you've got that, we can teach you the rest of it. The rest of it's super easy.
Find your expertise and roll with it.
Yep.
This is 2 hours before Lieutenant Shaughnessy's shift, and he's been here 2 or 3 times as long as that today.
You got here at 10.
Yeah. And I go, why are you here? He goes,
Yeah.
we got work to do. So we got the dream team.
So,
I mean, I do.
Congratulations. I'm taking one of them. He's mine, by the way, anyway.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's my nerd, and you're not ever going to get him.
Actually, he says that he's my nerd.
And he's mine.
I don't know. He's
No. Coop is your nerd, and then Brown is mine.
That's true.
I mean, technically,
Yeah.
if you go based off the structure now, yeah, I actually am his nerd.
Exactly.
He's always been my nerd, my go-to. I'm like, Coop, help me. Like, literally, I needed a shift covered, and I asked
Baby.
Brown about it, who usually does it for me, and I never have issues, but he's been busy. And so I was giving him a hard time. I was like, is it covered yet? Is it covered yet? And I was like, fine, I'll start working on it. I called a few people, and then Coop's like, give me 10 minutes. And like 3 minutes later, he's like, I got it covered. I was like, you're a nerd. So, no.
It's always useful. It's always
No,
useful.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, hey.
I'm not that way. I'm not
Brag
that
about
way.
all you
It's
want.
funny.
It's well done.
So, just Beatty, I trained Shaughnessy.
He did. He called me the other day, and I was with somebody, and they were like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "That's the person that trained
He's
me."
back like in 2 months, isn't he?
Yeah,
I'm around there.
absolutely.
I think he comes back from the deployment, and he's got a month worth of like,
I think it's 2 or 3 weeks.
Making up to do
debrief.
for his
Yeah.
absence during his wife's
yeah,
like
the
existence.
absence of me and Brown raising a child.
Mid-November is when he comes back.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. Good. Well, we're excited.
So, congratulations to all who got the promotions.
If
like
we
I
forgot
said, guys,
anybody, I apologize. I think
yeah,
that's everybody.
obviously I forgot
I think
one. So,
even
I think we covered
as far
it.
as on sites and everything, I think that's all the promotions.
no, we have 2 more. We have the Union Stations.
Oh yeah.
2 corporals.
We have the 2 corporals at Union Station that were just promoted as well.
Yeah.
Corporal Burkhart,
Burkhart
and then
and
Corporal Hodson.
Hodson, yeah.
So congratulations to you.
Actually, Hodson really impressed me the other day when there was some type of irate individual or something because they said that we didn't act on something, and she was able to quote Missouri code of where we have to
follow.
follow in the before she even called me.
Good.
Because I have that thing like the back of my hand, but she was able to tell it to me before I even said anything, and I was really impressed about that. I was like, "Hey, good for you
Fantastic.
for going out and reading that, though." Like,
Well, it's
I
part
think
of our
that's
job.
a
You should
huge
probably
thing that
do it.
everybody needs to read.
Yes.
You
Well,
know?
see, and that's the thing is back when I was in the field consistently, and actually ever, because I don't think I've been in the field in months. But back when I was a sergeant and in the field, I knew the code of conduct for security officers top to bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, even codes that didn't deal with us.
Right.
That we didn't, because we don't like rifle codes. I knew those. all because it was part of that sheet. And I was like, I'm going to know that.
But
And
it's so important though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've had
Uniform code,
There's
weapon
nothing
code,
worse than the feeling of making a stop or making a detainment and PD getting there and being like, "What did you do?"
Yeah.
Because you were out
Why?
of your. Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm willing to admit I've messed up a case for them because it was life over,
Yeah.
you know, charge, and they were luckily pretty cool about it. They were just like, "Hey, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, we got to be the ones to do that." And I'm like, "That's fine. Like, thank you for educating me. You know, that's like a cool attitude to have."
I guarantee you at least all of the supervisors have done that at least once. I know I have.
But that's how you learn. That's how you teach people down the road.
That's what taught me is because I was on at the Avenue, and I had one, and we had a guy get lippy with us, and he forced the issue. But when PD rolled up, they were like, "Why?
Yeah.
Why did you let this happen?" And I, as they explained it to me, I was like, "Yeah, we could have done that way differently than what happened." And we got lucky, and he wound up getting taken anyway because he had warrants and he was wanted for some other things. And it wound up working out for us, but it was one of those ones. It's like, you know what? And after that point, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start learning more, and I did exactly that. I went and out and found the codes and started learning them and understanding what the rules and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
super important stuff to know.
absolutely. So we're going to jump into the video. So I need you two to keep them entertained for about
Yep.
3 minutes.
What's new with you?
Nothing. You guys are going to see me out in the field a lot more.
Yep.
You know, I've been able. We've been lucky enough to get our supervisor staff fully staffed that allows Brown to focus on the operations during the day. Then it gives me the opportunity to go out and see our officers a lot more than when one person's running everything. So
No, I agree.
you guys will see me out a lot more. I probably won't have the same bitter attitude I usually do. I'll probably be in a much better mood. So
Well, no, you've always been pleasant.
yeah, but that's good for everybody. So
All right. So we're going to do this. So this is not a reaction video, so there's not going to be any wild reactions on this. I'll walk you guys through it real quick. This is it's a police chase. It starts off with, and we'll watch a few seconds of that just so we can kind of get an idea. There's an accident on the street that the guy's running down. He's in a U-Haul. He totals 2 other vehicles, gets out of the U-Haul, takes off running. Engages the officer. The officer engages back. They wind up getting him in handcuffs and securing him. Everybody's okay. The individual did go to the hospital. He survived. No officers were injured. No nothing. So everything's A-okay in this. A suspect did get shot. Was arrested. Medical saw him. They took him to the hospital. He's good. Everybody's okay.
Okay.
The two vehicles he hit, medical checked them out first. They were good. So nobody was injured in this as far as what the details I have are. So everything's other than the suspect getting shot.
Gotcha. That meeting, this is sidebar. That meeting, I got an update. I was waiting on a call for. Just got an
Excuse me.
update via text. It went better. It
Good.
was all right.
All right.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, I can't either.
It sounds like wee.
I've been saying that I want to get our patrol cars.
There it goes.
Got it.
Delta 581, they just turned on finesse.
That was weird.
Oh,
Could it be an
it's in a
accident?
neighborhood too. That makes my stomach hurt.
So we'll watch a little bit of this just so you can get the precedence behind it.
I don't like it.
Oh, I'm gonna
There's kids out.
I'm
playing.
gonna jump into one that you really it's gonna get gut wrenching.
I've watched most of this.
But there's
I
a
just
part of it you didn't watch
the beginning.
that
Yeah,
just catches you.
he need to get in front of that guy. Come on.
Northbound on post.
Just turned northbound on post.
Feel a little bit better when they're on the interstate because most people can see it when they get out of the
So
way.
here's this.
White cliff.
They've traveled on the interstate. They've turned off the interstate now. Do you see it?
Don't fuck up, sir. Don't fuck up. Don't do anything stupid.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
There was a van behind it. Missed it just barely.
Well, that's the hard thing. Usually you would call this pursuit off, but with it being a U-Haul, you can't track. You can't track. You get a license plate, you're good. Back off, go get them later. But
Well, I mean, those things got GPS in it, but still, he can do a lot of. And a lot of people have been renting these and just
my
running
God.
down crowds of people.
Just right down.
we quite literally had this on the avenue the other day.
Let's get somebody checking out.
All right, so we're gonna watch it forward from here.
6700 Lemon is the last address I got.
Time to beat feet. Got the old knife hands going. Hey, they're more aerodynamic.
It's a good running technique.
Yep. It's good form.
Tell the fucking ground police! Police, stop!
Nice speedy draw.
Yeah, it was quick.
That was fast.
Fire! Drop the fucking gun! Drop the fucking gun! Show me your fucking hands! Show me your fucking hands! Crawl out here! Crawl out here! Crawl out here! Lay on your fucking stomach! Lay on your fucking stomach! Put your arms out! Do not fucking move! Do not fucking move!
Show me your hands! Ready?
Don't rush it. Where's the gun? Behind him.
All right, crawl forward towards us. Crawl towards us. Keep coming. You ready? Okay. Keep coming. All right, are we ready? I got them. Keep your hands where we can see them. Point the palms up.
Do not
Palms
fucking
up.
move.
Palms up.
Bravo 534, we need some officers out here to cover the perimeter and all of the doors of this hangar.
I got him in the leg there.
Hey, watch out. Let me put a tourniquet.
He's bleeding pretty good.
Joseph, let me put a tourniquet on him.
That's not going to feel good, buddy.
So we'll cut it there. They do get the tourniquet on. He gets seen by medical, so he's all good. He winds up being okay,
Good.
other than a bullet wound.
Just an idiot that day
And they get him
that he
detained,
died.
and he's all taken care of. So that's the video. Good job by the officers. Fantastic. Phenomenal. I got to make sure I say that because when I don't say it for at least one podcast, the next one everybody's like, "Are you okay?" It was a phenomenal job by the officers involved. It's upsetting that he was involved in an accident and he hit two other vehicles. Upsetting that there was shots fired. Mm-hmm. The quickness that officer was able to transition from running to weapon drawn and rounds down range is right there is repetition and practice, and knowing your equipment, knowing how to handle it, how to manipulate it, and just use it to your fullest potential and advantage.
I'm wondering if, and I'm not saying that this should be done by any means, but I'm wondering if he had his hood pre-popped, knowing that it's that type of situation. in that
Not every
way.
department requires a hood. And it looked like he had an optic on it, so he probably can't have a hood.
There's
usually-
Yeah,
they have-
so that was fast. There's no way you're doing that with
They
a
have level 3s that have
Some
hoods.
guys might be able to.
They have level 3s with optics ready.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that
I
was
mean,
I don't
fast.
know. I've never.
big
I don't-
departments don't use them. You'll see smaller ones.
I don't know. I think that's a larger department. I don't know if he has a hood. I don't know if his is level 3. I know most law enforcement, it's a different version of level 3 than what we have. Our range master, Tom, has a level 3 that is a different version than what we do. His is it's a lock and rock. I won't give it away because I don't want to give out that stuff, but it's a different version of level 3 than just ours. So there's two motions to release the vehicle, release the weapon from the holster itself.
Yeah. That was fast. That was almost instantaneous.
Well, and
that's
the key takeaway here is that if you were paying attention, you heard that the subject that he was chasing that just had no regard for human life, that was a lethal threat in that van, then popped I think 1 or 2 shots off by the time he got his draw out. The quickness of that draw is probably what saved his life and stopped that guy from killing other people. And so that's the takeaway again, is that training is so important that you do on your own. That's not something that even the department, or if you're here, we do our training once a year, sometimes more often if we can, with firearms training for your recalls and stuff. that's something that you need to do on your own. You know, that's something that you need to go and just get muscle memory, because you can tell that guy's taking that thing out of his holster.
He's practiced
thousands of times.
You got to come up with
it's-
a plan prior to it as well. You know,
Yeah.
you got to be ready for almost any situation.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I teach a lot of our officers all the time. Is if you're bored standing around, just think of any scenario that could happen and how you're going to react.
And
to
you'll
it.
start. Yeah, it's like playing baseball. You know, if the ball comes to me, where am I going first? And
Yep, exactly. And it's
two
just,
on,
constantly coming up with different scenarios. Like,
ever
you know, the
evolving.
reason, one that I particularly remember was one of our officers heard the backfire of a car driving by,
Yep.
and he just came over the radio and said, "Shots fired." That's gonna freak everybody out, you know.
So Lavi brings up a good point here. Good question. Good statement there. He says the camera ISO, which is what the camera sees, is not like the human iris. So what the camera sees is a little different. So inside that garage door, it's very dark. So we
Right.
can't see what he sees. He says, I wonder what the officer could see versus what the camera sees. And I will say from personal experience, not in this type of a situation, but looking from a bright day into a darker lit open garage door, you can see much further into it. And from the first shot ringing out, I can't guarantee you with 100% certainty, but I almost want to, that you could see that subject standing in there with a gun drawn.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any law enforcement agency would take shots if you can't see it and he's not pointed directly at you. Like, I just, on a regular basis, you know what I mean? I know.
Yeah, because if you
officer
can't
knows
see
what
where you're shooting at nothing,
Yeah.
you know,
I
if
just
you
don't-
don't see what's going on,
I
but-
don't think an officer would do that.
Yeah, because the camera's not gonna be able to focus
you can
and
tell that
adjust how
officer
fast.
knew what he was
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
That was very well.
But
trained,
that's
very well
that's
executed.
very good. That's very good to point out there, Lavi. Is that the camera doesn't see everything that the human eye does.
No, of course not. Not even close.
I mean-
they're better than they've ever been, and they're still not even close.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that I was surprised how fast he was able to pull that trigger and still, you know, tag
on
the guy.
target, yeah.
Yeah,
that guy was
that's
doing-
impressive.
He was doing the Lord's work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
Doing the Lord's work.
That's impressive, but that's training.
That's training. I mean,
It's so
that's
important.
That's training not just with the equipment, but that's training with downrange and training with the firearm and actually putting the practice in and getting
That
that's
was
what
a deep
is.
shot.
And for the love of God, if
you
you're going to
don't
be
take.
training, drawing your weapon out of your holster,
Yeah.
make sure it's unloaded.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do it in a safe
Training in a
environment.
For the
safe
love of God, yeah.
safe environment, safe and train safely.
You have to train safely. That's how mistakes are made. Stupid mistakes. You know, it's a lot of stuff. But you never know when you're going to be in a high tense situation like that. You know, I've been in plenty of them where it turns around like nothing. You know, we start with one normal property check, and all of a
Right.
sudden we got, you know,
Yeah, no,
whatever's
I mean,
going
it
on,
can-
and you got to be able to flip
The
that
game
switch.
can change at any point in time. It's ever evolving. I mean, that's I wouldn't say standard with, you know, a foot chase, obviously, but he
Yeah.
knew what to do when he had to, and that's the most important thing.
But you know, he's got that entire drive to sit there and think of all the scenarios that could, well, obviously he's focused on the car that's driving in front of him, but
Yeah.
he's got that time to think of how
I
am
mean,
gonna
the way
handle
he's
this?
operating that vehicle, you know, that guy's
Experienced.
yeah.
And then I don't know if you guys heard that the communication between the officers while they were like sitting there during it. That's also really important. I've had a lot of situations where I
You wanna
go
rush
with
into it?
officers that
Yeah.
that don't know.
Nope.
You know,
You're
they
safe where
don't
you
get in
are.
the
Stay where you're at
situations.
until
Yeah.
you can advance forward.
Yeah,
That's
or
the
just
way it
like
works.
when when one was drawn down on him, the other one's like, "Hey, you got hands." Like just coming up with who's going to be doing what, so that you're not running into a situation where everybody puts their guns away at the same time. You know, because they think.
I was watching another video as I was going through and finding the right one, which I got to give Major here some credit because he found this one, and it's way better than the one of the ones I'd found that I was thinking of using, and in it, the first one I found was one of the ones I was really thinking of using. It was they transitioned from there's 4 or 5 officers that responded to a shots fired call, and 2 of them transitioned from lethal to less lethal. And you hear the first one call out transitioning to taser, and about a minute later you hear the second one say it, same thing, transitioning to taser, or he said transitioning to less lethal, and then you see you see the second taser in the body cam, and that type of communication where you've got that between officers is key. Exactly what you're saying. You have the lethal options, which are also saying, hey, we're transitioning because we want to make sure that we get this. Yep. We don't want to go that route, and so we're transitioning to this, and that communication is key. And that's where communication is just in general is key. Is not just what we're doing, but who we're looking for, what's going on in the area, what the situation is. That communication is key, and that's again training.
Well, I think there's also like whenever you're on a site that you have a team or anything like that, I think it's important to understand more so like making contact etiquette, I guess you would say in a way. you know, like the person that was there first, the person that engaged the person first, that's your
Contact
lead
versus
officer,
cover.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so that person, you know,
That's what they teach in the academy.
one
and,
person
I mean,
talking versus, you know, the 3 people talking that are all there. It's just going to look like chaos. You know, respect is gone when everybody is yelling. It's got to be that lead officer. The other ones are just presence. You know, it's like, it's just little stuff like that's super important that people need to understand instead of, you know, just sitting
fine
there.
tuning the sports car is what you're doing.
Yeah, instead of sitting there staring at cameras, you know.
All right, so we're gonna hop into the weather. Good job for the officer. Very good job on that.
Good thing everybody walked away, including
Including the
guy.
suspect.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets help.
So we're gonna hop into the weather, and then we will let you guys go enjoy your rest of your day and your weekend. So we're looking at Saturday, 89 degrees with rain all day. Sunday, we're looking at 79. Monday is 83. Sunday's cloudy. Monday's clear. Tuesday is 84 with cloud covered in the morning. Wednesday is 82 with rain predicted all day. Thursday is 89 with cloud coverage. So it's going to be a
Little cooler.
little cooler than it has been, but with that rain, it's going to be humid.
Yeah.
So make sure we're taking care of ourselves. We're dressing for the weather when it's raining. We're making sure we're taking care for that. Hydration is key.
Clean your gear.
Clean your gear.
We're going to get a shirt made with your face
We're
on
actually
it.
getting
It
water
says-
bottles. We're
yeah.
trying to get water bottles.
Or that's what it was, yeah.
We're trying to get water bottles with my
Hydration starts the
day before, not the day of.
Not the day of.
So, other than that, that's all we have. So we're gonna cut you guys loose. And thank you guys so much for it. Oops, we'll read some comments real quick actually because I got a few I didn't see. Let's see. Once the adrenaline hits your system, everything changes. Absolutely.
That's why you said so many F-bombs in there. He's
Brian
had that
says-
adrenaline
Does
going.
happen.
Brian says instead of major pain in the ass, it's major awesome. Brian,
Brian,
don't
Thank
help
you,
him.
Brian.
Brian, I'm gonna mute you on these.
I got
going
a hot
forward.
date next Thursday.
Brian,
and
what's
his
your
name is
rank?
Brian.
What's your rank, Brian?
Let's see.
Brian and I are eating tacos next Thursday at an undisclosed location.
Let's see. From what I hear, Lieutenant Shaughnessy is an awesome dog dad.
Dog dad. Who said that one?
Brant.
Brant. Oh. Thanks, Brant.
Let's see.
I'm pretty good at it.
Let's see. Lavi says Google vocal fry. That's what he's telling Potter because Brian's saying that you always lower your voice when you're on the podcast.
Local fry.
Thanks, Brian.
He's calling you out.
Appreciate that. Well, I don't want to
He
scream. My voice
sounds
is
real.
so loud.
So when he's not on the podcast, he's got this real nasally, like real loud.
He sounds exactly the same.
Yo.
Mine actually sounds deeper on the podcast, or that's just
It's because I don't want to,
have
like, I
headphones.
have this microphone so close to my face. I don't want to scream at it, you know?
Between vocal fry and yoga and his Lululemon yoga pants,
They're not yoga pants.
he's starting to
was a
resemble
shirt, wasn't it?
Kardashian.
Kardashian. I
It was
don't
a
wear. I
shirt,
don't,
wasn't it?
Yeah, I have.
It was a nice shirt.
Like
I'm
one
not,
shirt,
like,
and I
fancy,
had
but it
like
was a
2
nice
pairs
shirt.
of dress pants. I don't wear leggings.
I have like 4 shirts and 10 of each.
Lulu's got more than leggings, folks.
I could see you wearing a pair of Lulu leggings.
No,
I don't like that visual you just
No.
put in my brain.
I would never wear leggings.
His BDUs are tight enough on him. I don't need leggings. Look at his face.
They do. They're pretty tight.
Oh Lord! All right,
All right,
so
guys.
we're
Yeah,
gonna
we
cut
got to
you
cut
guys
it now
loose.
because I'm going to start making some of the comments I made to Leon. We got to go.
So we appreciate you guys. Everything you do in the field allows us to continue to do stuff like this. So thank you so much for all the hard work you guys do. Congratulations to the promotions. You guys do a lot of hard work as well. Thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate it. Other than that, we'll cut you guys loose. We will catch you guys on the next one. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you Monday. Thanks, guys.
I'm not babysitting your kids.